The Chess Dojo is launching live classes on January 1st. These will both be lecture classes and also game and profile review classes. And I just want to spend a couple minutes on how we got here. Now, I've been following the Dojo training program myself for years religiously. You can see my heat map here. And I've also enjoyed, though, having lessons, somebody to take a look at my annotations of my games and also to ask questions about my training, to just have some feedback. The problem with that, as I'm sure for many other people, is it was very expensive for me to do that. And so, what I was dreaming about was to find a way to make it work in a more cost equitable way and maybe also a more fun way. So, for the last year plus, I've been doing these game and profile review classes, and they've been an amazing success. And so, we're going to try to institutionalize them across the dojo. So, basically, for the game and profile review, you're in a group of like 4 to 8 players, and on any given week, one player is up. And when that player is up, we'll begin by taking a look at their training. We'll take a look at everything they've done, in the last couple of weeks or the last time since we saw them in this game and profile review class. And then we'll take a look at a game or games that they've played. And the really amazing thing that we've done, just kind of organically, is these groups have been meeting once before. So even without me. And in that group, they talk about training, they talk about the games. And this has been a key problem with the dojo from the beginning, because at the beginning, we had the principle of plus minus equal. And the idea there was that you need to have somebody above you to whom you give a certain amount of authority. The training program itself is a little bit like that. And then you have a group of equals with whom you spar, you talk, you might fight a little bit. Right? And then you have a minus, somebody to whom you explain stuff. And that's very important too. You have to learn to articulate what you're doing in order to improve at something. But we found that at the dojo very hard to get that plus minus equal thing actually going. And in these group classes that I've been doing, that's been very successful. And they were the ones who started meeting before, and just organically it proved this amazing construct. And so we're going to continue doing that here. Now, time is always a big question. You might not be able to make that peer review group. It'll be recorded. You can check it out later. Same thing if you miss a class itself. That'll also be recorded. So that's really cool. And another thing that we've been doing, we're going to try to keep this going as well, is players within a group will play games against each other, classical sparring games. And then what happens when a game is up is then it's not just I'm looking at one player, but I'm also looking at 2 players at the same time. And the value is when you're looking at somebody else, you are able to see your own failings in their mistakes. They are generally going to have similar problems as you do because they're around your same level. And that gives you a real insight into your own growth problems and those of your competition, because learning to fix a mistake in yourself will always eventually lead to you exploiting the weaknesses in your opponents. Okay, so that's the game and profile review. Very excited about that. We're also going to have these lecture classes, and we're hoping to really build this out. At the very beginning, I'm going to do a basic endgame class for beginners. David is going to do a Najdorf class, and Kostya is going to do a calculation class. As that grows, we're hoping to really build that out, to bring in famous other GMs and stuff, have them teach. And of course, we need more. The more students we have, the easier it is going to be for us to build that out. At the moment for January, we have those 3. Very excited about it. And of course, one of the cool things we can do is then if you're a part of the game and review classes, you can just immediately have access to those lecture style classes. So that's going to be our new offering. And I'm also able to announce that beginning January 1st, really every January 1st, you can try the dojo for free for 1 month. We believe that the site gets better every year. And so especially if you tried it before and our site wasn't there for you yet, we want you to come back and to see the remarkable progress we've made. It's a beautiful site. I hope to see you there.